increasing sense of wonder. I am encapsulated in my cockpit, surrounded by the miracles of modern technology. Yet, I look out at the lake and the desert, a rugged, primeval world. The contrast between this timelessness and the calculations I make for fuel and distance is almost too great to assimilate. Fascinating thoughts and words of Michael Wood, the first flying doctor in East Africa. His flights of many hours confronted him with the bizarre vastness of the land under his wings. East Africa, a rough world with a sparse population, where the landscape dictates their accessibility. Even with the best means of communication, you only get so far as nature allows. Roads and bus connections are still scarce. The lack of infrastructure makes traveling difficult. The rough landscape may be attractive for the adventurous tourist, but the local population does not regard it as a holiday route. The only efficient transport is by air. It is essential for the health of the people. That's why they themselves constructed the landing strips. That way, even the remote villages come within the reach of medical care. The local medicine man just does not have the know-how and means to make the population healthy. For more than 25 years, Anne Spurley has been a flying doctor with Amref, the International Health Organization in East Africa. Her area of operation is the Eastern Desert and the green coastal strip of Kenya. As doctor pilot, she has a practice of 120,000 people. She flies with a crate of medical supplies, her own dispensary. The local assistant provides reasonable, comfortable transport between the landing strip and the village where the people have assembled. They are waiting for AFYA, health, and for Daktari, the doctor, because Mama Daktari dispenses medicine and good advice.
I'm giving the mothers TT, yeah? Sanglia matoto takaona ile haya. Haya, ni mzuri. It's this child is in good condition. I'm looking at the scar of the BCG. Each child has to have a scar to make sure that he has been vaccinated. Badupata. So that one has to be revaccinated because her BCG has not taken the first time, so we have to revaccinate her.
The village nurse, who was trained by Anne, only needs a few words of instruction.
There will be one revaccination there.
He has taken care of the injections and pills against tuberculosis, malaria, polio, and the many other diseases which occur in this area. When she finally stops, he will take over. But in the meantime, he increases his knowledge with each visit. That way, the airplane helps to check the health of the people. In 3 months, the flying doctor of Amref will come back again. The contrast between the modern technology in the air and the world down there is evident. But at least the technology helps to reach more people. The radio room of Amref headquarters in Nairobi is the nerve center of the organization. Night and day, there is contact with the planes, the hospitals, the isolated field hospitals, and the terrain vehicles. Amref was founded in 1956 by Michael Wood to do medical research and offer help. It now employs 600 people of 25 nationalities, with more than 100 radio stations. Wilson Airport, near Nairobi, is Amref's home. Amref mechanics keep the machines in top condition. The first shed Amref built is still there. From the very beginning, it was clear to Dr. Wood that the airplane would be essential to make Amref work. Now, Amref has a fleet of small aircraft, and in an emergency, there is always one ready to bring someone sick or wounded from the interior. The planes are also used to transport medical supplies and specialists to remote field hospitals in 5 East African countries, together the size of Europe. Amref brings health, AFYA in Swahili, and often arrives by air. So that every clinic in this vast area is visited every 3 months by an ENT specialist, a gynecologist or a surgeon, a flying doctor. The doctor comes to the people for whom it is difficult enough to reach a local clinic.
Amref actually started like this. It was a British plastic surgeon who had the idea that the people in the bush should also get the possibility to see a specialist, a thing they would probably never do otherwise, with the big distances in Africa and the cost of transport. So he started to fly around in his plane, operating in the bush hospitals. Since then, we've tried to continue this, to bring the specialists out of different categories.
Bill Adams Ray is a plastic surgeon. Even with him, primitive help is a luxury you cannot do without.
This old lady is suffering from leprosy. It's a so-called burnt out case. And due to her insensitivity, she's lost all the fingers and she just has these stumps left. Everything she wants to do, like eating, putting her clothes on, she has to do it just by putting the hands together like this. And I've been discussing with my physiotherapist that we could try to make her a small grip here, where the thumb is still left inside here. So she just gets this to grab things with, to make the ordinary tasks more simple for her.
In the daily life of the African, small and serious accidents occur. There are no safety regulations, and mutilations are all too common. Suppose you have to kindle a fire. An accident can have disastrous results.
This child has a small burn of the upper eyelid. You can see it's turned inside out. And we have to correct this, otherwise the child cannot close the eye and protect the eye. So what we do, we take a piece of skin, we put it here, and the eye can be closed, the child looks nicer, and it doesn't go blind, which is possible otherwise. So a very small but very important operation.
Amref flies medical specialists in a kind of shuttle service from the one local hospital to the next. There, patients have been collected for the visiting doctor, in this case, a gynecologist. He examines a woman who should have given birth a year ago. It appears to be an extrauterine pregnancy, and the specialist decides to operate. Not only can he act immediately, but he can also let the local doctor and the nursing staff benefit from his specialist knowledge. This woman was lucky. For her, the Amref flying doctor arrived just in time. Somewhere in the interior.
Foundation, Durit Mobile 2, over. A lion has attacked a village in Pakase, over.
Is there a lot of bleeding, over?
It's bleeding very much. So we are asking you, please, can you arrange for emergency flight, over?
The traveling clinic has found a severely injured patient. How to get him to the hospital? Amref goes into action. In East Africa, Amref cooperates closely with other organizations like the Red Cross and United Nations. Whether it is a local person or a tourist in trouble, Amref is ready.
We have a client here who arrived from the coast yesterday. This client
A tourist is down with an attack of malaria, which can be lethal. Amref collects her from her holiday destination and flies her to a hospital in the city. The planes of Amref have made thousands of these emergency flights in the past years. And now, the tourist also knows that AFYA means to arrive home again in good health. Many nomads make their way through the African dust, far away from modern health care. Amref knows their plight and meets them halfway. The Maasai are a roaming people of herdsmen, living for and off their cattle. Wherever they find suitable pasture, they build their temporary shelters. Some of the Maasai suffer from diseases which can be easily cured or prevented. Every 3 months, Amref comes to their aid. The traveling clinic sets up its tents, somewhere in this vast country. From far and wide, people have flocked to the encampment. The condition of the children is checked and registered. Such as weight, height, the circumference of the upper arm. This measurement shows whether the child is underfed or not. From this traveling health bureau, all data are fed into a computer for later use. Amref workers bring AFYA with them. They inoculate and repeat the shots. Without this care, out of 100 children, 3 will die of measles, 2 of whooping cough, and 1 of tetanus, to say nothing of the ravages of polio, diphtheria, tuberculosis, and malaria. The condition of the grown-ups has also been mapped, because when the doctor comes, even if it's only once in 3 months, you go for a checkup. Eye diseases must be treated in time. An intensive campaign has wiped out the trachoma epidemic in this area. AFYA, health, also depends on medicine. So you grab the chance to get some from the pharmacist.
Jioni unakunywa dawa mbili. Hii moja na hii moja. Lakini asubuhi unakunywa hii peke yake. Sawa?
Kuna ya malaria?
Ya malaria hii kubona huko pia daktari angekuandikia.
Hajaniandikia lakini nimekosea tu. Niwekea mtoto ya homa.
Mwambie daktari tafadhali akuandikie hiyo.
Blood checks are necessary to get malaria under control. The checking is done in the field and in the central laboratory in Nairobi. Malaria is alarmingly widespread in East Africa. Amref research is available to the entire medical community. The experience of years and the specific medical knowledge have been collected in numerous Amref publications, many of which deal with current experience. The booklets are used in the far-flung health centers, where Amref gives courses in healthcare. AFYA again. Amref stresses the importance of balanced nutrition. Amref devotes a great deal of attention to children and to hygiene. A nutrition specialist talks to the women from the surrounding villages. They in turn are expected to share their knowledge in their own community. Eating habits, infectious diseases, sensible motherhood or infant care. AFYA in the village. The research is in full swing. Mothers have brought their children and experiences are exchanged. All medical information has been recorded to show whether a child is developing and whether it gets the necessary shots in time. Amref provides the visual material which supports the spoken word. AFYA is not only bodily health. Behind a light-hearted game, there can be tragedy. The tragedy of a mental handicap. Not only these children need guidance, but so do their parents. Baby diseases with a high fever often cause brain damage. Their parents develop guilt feelings and the family becomes socially isolated, which is often worse than the handicap itself. Amref teaches the parents to live with the handicap, to love their child again, not to feel locked out any longer, and to give the child a real chance in its environment. AFYA also concerns the things around you. How to stay healthy in primitive surroundings. East Africa can be terribly dry. How to obtain clean water. Surface water is contaminated almost everywhere, no matter how clean it looks. It can cause infection and dangerous diseases. To get water means hours of walking. 4 hours going and 4 hours coming back with 30 kilos of bacteria on your neck. That way, AFYA is impossible. The vicious circle must be broken. Clean water is the source of life, but here it does not come from a tap. You must search for it, which costs time and energy. Amref helps the people to find safe, clean water. Therefore, the well project was set up. To build a well together is more than just digging a hole. Somebody must teach you how to bake bricks, another how to lay bricks. Amref does all these things. Amref stimulates the people to build wells and to keep them in good working order. This is a benefit to the whole group. Amref makes sure that there is a pump and teaches the people to use it the right way. Whoever comes to draw water must pay a token sum, because clean water is precious. Use it sparingly, or the well will be dry tomorrow. Clean water is a source of life. Every day. This Amref project alone provides 30,000 people with safe water, and new wells are constructed continually. That way, AFYA comes closer to the people and to the animals as well. Economy is a virtue. 1 liter can wash a whole child. AFYA is not a detergent, but a purpose. The purpose is to live in health. If we really want this goal can be obtained in the long run. AFYA, in the language of East Africa, means health for everyone. For more than 30 years, Amref has been devoted to this. The contrast between earthy life and modern technology will still exist. Did not Michael Wood compare the calculations of fuel and distance with the timelessness of the landscape beneath his wings? Maybe the contrast will become even larger. Already, Amref uses solar energy for the refrigerators where the drugs and the medicine are kept. But in spite of all this technical sophistication, it's people that matter. Amref is dedicated to AFYA, with flying doctors, traveling specialists, health workers in the field, inoculation campaigns, information meetings, promoting hygiene, building safe wells. Amref means modern health care with the support of the Western world. Support is essential for Amref, as AFYA is for the people of East Africa.